Absolute Bet. Made for live betting.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible! Anything is possible! TyLoo is a monster, Tom!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our Decider map. It is going to be elimination for one of these teams, and the other will head into the 2-2 bracket, literally. Then the Decider to basically fight for their own fate to see if they will be able to continue in this tournament or if they will be sent on that long trip home. Either way, Harry, where do you think it's going? GODSENT on TyLoo?
I've said it from the beginning, Tom. I think TyLoo will be taking this one. GODSENT, I love them. I love the Swedish boys, but no.
Are there any teams you don't love?
There's a couple.
Who?
Let me think.
There aren't any, are there?
No, I just love Counter-Strike, Tom. That's the issue. I'm plagued. I just kind of, you know, love everyone. So, there we go. How about you, Tom? Are there any teams you just despise?
All of them.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. TyLoo versus GODSENT. I almost forgot their name. I almost called them Gambit. That is just not true.
They have gone home.
They're gone. R.I.P. R.I.P. to the Gambit boys. But we're about to head into Inferno, Tom. Map number 3 always produces great maps. That's what we say about Inferno. I think this is a good middle ground map for both teams. They're both good on it. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be everything we could possibly want from a third map decided to see who stays and who goes home. What way do you have this one going, Tom? I put my neck on the line.
I'm actually going to go with GODSENT. I just think after that performance on Overpass, they looked incredible. We saw them do something similar to Renegades earlier in the tournament. I do think this is a much better map for TyLoo. This is one that they're actually happy to pick, and they did better versus NIP, but I just think that when GODSENT get rolling, it's very difficult to stop them. The same can be said the other way around. Like the first map, they were a little bit problematic. I don't know, a boulder can normally just be stopped by a hole that's like not too big.
Okay.
It just hits another rock.
Oh, exactly. But then if you're hitting it, that's the point. That's a pretty... What else? I mean, even if a train hits a big enough rock, it's going to get stopped. Yeah. Awfully.
Just get a bigger rock. There's always going to be a man with a bigger rock, Harry.
But it's not what you can do with your... No, wait. Fuck. Ooh, I've ruined that, haven't I? It's not how big the rock is, it's what you can do with it, Tom. Nailed it. Here we go. GODSENT versus TyLoo, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 3. The loser goes home. And both these teams have fielded an impeccable fight to get this far. Let's see how this one goes. As we can see, GODSENT are over on the T side. TyLoo kicking things off on the more favored of the two.
They must be going B, right? They're just the HE. Surely that means they're heading towards the B side. I'd be very, very surprised if they do anything else. They have thrown it up there early into this one. And, well, GODSENT ready and waiting. Has some support. There's actually 3 players over towards this B side of the map. And actually, Freddy B is just going to find himself an opener. Somebody waiting back. The flashbang will buy a little bit of time. Now, the T's don't need to execute, but they're going to do it anyway. Freddy B with a second entry onto the site, and the confidence definitely flowing. Now, AE's trying to hold on in this round. A nice second shot, a third as well. And he gives his team some hope, especially now that DD's found another one. It's left all onto Twist. But there is a twist. He's going to be looking to try and push back. He spotted the gun. Will expect it? No, he won't. Now, that does open back up the B site. Going to try and bait out his opponent into thinking he's going towards B. Now, he is going towards A, but the fact is the bait hasn't worked. DD has read this perfectly.
Yeah, the baiter has become the baited. Oh, but they might just miss each other. DD, you have to trust in yourself here, and trust in himself he does as he decapitates Twist. TyLoo going to find the pistol round. Good start here for TyLoo. Now, 4 Spy going to be coming in for GODSENT. They didn't get that bomb down. So they will have the pistols. The Eagle up on Hampus. Once again, Symmetry fans around the world almost happy. If Disco Doppler has a flash, then you would be very, very happy with that. That would be beautiful to look at, but not the case. Next, we're going to have the Scout out. Doesn't find anything down through mid. And GODSENT have been so good in these 4 Spy rounds. You don't write them off yet. They're still very much in with a chance. TyLoo is still aware that that pressure's on. Roland, absolutely unreal with the pistols usually. Gonna look to try and be the Hampus. Incredibly tight angle to hold. He's found the opener with a Deeg. Was bigging up Brolin, but really, I should have been amping up Hampus.
Yeah, I think he is one of the best Deaglers around. Like, he is just consistently finding shots with this gun that just should never be possible. And he's going to make things a little bit more difficult for GODSENT. Now, he is going to throw out his utility, try and slow down any further push. He's got a flashbang ready as well. Support from somebody is going to be rotating in, but that smoke looks to have deterred this T side. I'm going to go peeking back in towards middle. Both players currently on short, and actually they have rotated the defense back, so there's only going to be these 2 players. The CZ should be able to overwhelm these players. And actually Hampus with the Deeg once again gets himself a second. The wraparound onto Arch is going to be coming in. AE, he's too busy watching onto Shore. He has no idea how close they're getting. He gets himself 1, but nothing more. However, his teammates have got there just about in time that they may be able to stop this one, but it's not looking likely. Hampus again, a triple kill with that Deagle. A ridiculous round from the Swede, and he's there with Brolin as well. 1-on-1. GODSENT do it again with the 4 Spy.
I don't even know how they're so good at them at this point, Tom. I just don't get it. I couldn't tell you.
Practice.
They're so reliable. No one can just reliably win out the 4 Spy rounds.
Lots of practice.
Lots of practice. Well, maybe they got tired of being deemed the dead meme on the side of GODSENT as they've gone and won that round straight back. Scout down, making a tag up AE early on. Let's not forget, AE is the stand-in for Mo, who injured himself on a Segway.
Is he? It's just called Mo now, because isn't GODSENT
it's
leading?
Yeah, right.
He's not captain anymore. Unless he's just like, he's not actually telling them what to do, but he is still the captain. He's like, I'm the captain of this ship, but do what he said.
I'm not entirely sure that's how captains work.
Well, yeah, you know, that's what I'm trying to imply. Like, that happens sometimes. Like, someone says something intelligent, but you don't want to sort of pretend like they're the boss of you. Then you just go, yeah, no, do what he said. Or just repeat it again.
That is me every day. Me and you. That just describe this duo. As you were saying, Tom, it is going to be Twist to find that first kill.
That is what I was saying.
Exactly, to a T. Are you going to go down? They lose that scout. Now it falls to the 4 CZs of TyLoo. Ooh, Bentet drops the bomb. They turn back around. They've dinked up somebody. He's going to manage another. How does he manage 2 there? But it is just somebody left. Everyone inside of that A-bomb site comes crumbling down.
He's going to be sitting down there. It's not very clean. It's not very nice. Pretty horrible part of the map, to be honest. Lots of trash. You'd hope that they'd clean that up. But well, obviously environmental problems with Counter-Strike. And somebody is just going to be holding on to his CZ.
That's why I think we should rename that little tunnel the Goblin Hole or something.
Because that just, you know, rolls off the tongue when you need to say it quickly. Guys, he's in Goblin Hole.
No, just like he's a goblin.
Yeah, but then you haven't stated anything to do with, like, you've just said he's... I don't even want to say that.
Because it's all messy down there. Goblins are messy, I think. I don't know.
Goblins aren't real.
I've never met one. Oh,
You could just call it, like, trash.
That is terrible.
There's one trash. Actually, that could just be seen as a burn.
It could, Tom. It really could. Well, here we go. The push coming on in. Down towards Banana from TyLoo. They've got all 5 players here. Pistols. They want to try and take some of these guns away from GODSENT if they can. Disco Doppler and Twist. About to get the shock of their life if TyLoo progress any further forward.
If only they had a Zeus, then could actually get the shock of their life. But pretty much this round comes down to if GODSENT just probe the map properly, this is a very, very easy round. It's interesting, though, that the 4 rotation is going to be coming in, although I will imagine that this will be heard by GODSENT as they look to push through. And not the best time to pull a nade out. A is actually going to be able to find one. They're continuing this push forward. And, well, Twist is a little bit low, but other than that, this should be fairly easy. 1 player lost. It should be 3-1 in favor of GODSENT over on that T side. I say should. I'm going to go with will again. As realistically, A has nothing.
Oh, this is it. Now we get to finally see the buy come in. I can't wait to see...
The buy?
Well, no, I was going to say the fate of this round. This is where we really see GODSENT tested for the first time in this map. Aside from the pistol, and in the second round, actually, so 3rd time. But it's rifles on rifles. This is where the game gets fun. But this is also where stakes are very, very high for TyLoo. They weren't able to do too much damage in any of these rounds. So GODSENT can afford to buy in the next one anyway. You look over at TyLoo, that's not the same story. They lose this, they're reset, and suddenly GODSENT are off to an absolutely fantastic start. And we could see the second part to the trouncing that we saw over on Overpass. So GODSENT 3 players over here on Banana. They've taken control, but they're going to take their time. They're going to probe out the map, try and get a feel for what TyLoo are doing, try and bait out as much utility as they can. When you look over on the side of TyLoo, they don't really have much to work with. You've got 2 smokes, 3 1 smoke now, 3 flashbangs, and a nade on AE. That is it.
Oh. T-side, on the other hand, they have an abundance of utility to play with. 1 smoke's going to buy them some extra time, but realistically, it will have faded by the time the execution looks to come in. The bomb's still waiting over towards second mid, so GODSENT definitely aren't dedicated over towards this B site just yet, and they're looking to try and take a little bit of apps control. I think the idea here is to try and bait some of the players into rotating over towards that B site, and then hit in towards the A site later in the round. You can see there's some noise being made by Hampers. He's trying to drag the rotations over, but he hasn't managed to do it. It is going to be that push coming in towards the A site. 20 seconds left on the clock for GODSENT as they look to try and clear out these angles. Still a man in pit, still a man on the site, which will make things quite difficult. But DD, he's going ham. AE doing work as well. And that bomb down on the site, there's no hope for the remaining players of GODSENT. Save what you got, bring it into the next round, as there should be a buy coming in for the T's. But more importantly, they're making things quite costly. Only 2 players will remain for the CT side. A chance for that reset will loom. And GODSENT, although it's not the victory, they could still win themselves that war.
Yeah, they do have to be careful. Either side actually now approaching the realms of reset. Terrifying, dark, and dismal place that no one wants to be. GODSENT. It's rifles across the board. TyLoo have to skimp out a little bit on somebody. GODSENT this time around, they're wasting no time. They're taking control of apartments. Going to look to try and challenge here. TyLoo, looks like they've boosted a man up over the half wall on Banana. That's going to be Buntet. And he's actually going to find the opener from atop that boost. He drops out Freddy B. What a scalp to find as well over on the side of GODSENT. So 4v5 man advantage up in favor of TyLoo. Once again, though, worrying thing is, a minute left on the clock and all they have left to deny any sort of rush, any sort of push from GODSENT is that one Molotov on DD. He is currently down in the pit. That could play a very big part when this push looks to come in over here towards short if GODSENT head that way. Now with the smoke falling along, that does look to be the case. Xcurate going to stick around in this area. The rest of the guys, 3 players inside that A-bomb site. Looks like they might be about to get tested, but it's all a ruse. Brolin takes control of the top of mid. Somebody jump peek in the half wall. Has to be careful. He spots them. Now going to start to back away, and Brolin even dropping out Xcurate. He's going to duck in towards CT. Somebody really does have his work cut out for him now. 4 players pouring on in. 1 from CT. 15 seconds on the clock. Somebody going to get discovered by Doppelin. And now 3v4 in this retake for TyLoo.
Hampus already going to be waiting, and DD shouldn't have a chance in this battle. Now the remaining CT side, well, they're going to look to try and save, but Twist won't allow that. It's only going to be Buntet remaining. That kill, that 1 kill from Brolin wins the round. That right there. Because that's the rotator. That's the person who's supposed to go and help over on the B site when the jump spot comes in. Like, all the information's found, and then the rotation's meant to come back to actually help out on that B site. Instead, that 1 kill from Brolin just cuts off all rotations. It gives away into the back lines for him as well, which means that it forces the remaining CT into the back of the site. And all the other players are just too far away to help in time. That kill was magnificent, especially with the last few seconds coming up on the clock. So GODSENT, yeah, they owe the youngster a lot. And, well, CT side, this is where things begin to become more difficult. The money is going to be in trouble once again. And the fact is, I say more difficult, I almost want to say impossible. They've got DD on a CZ. He is a man who can do well with this pistol. In fact, in the last map at least, that's some of the only kills I actually remember coming in for the whole of the TyLoo side.
Oh, Brolin so close there to finding the wall back. But this should just be a write-off round. There shouldn't be too much damage done by TyLoo. Tom, I've actually just spent, the last few seconds trying to look up the statistics for Segway injuries. Turns out, more common than you might think.
Yeah, but it depends what that's based off of. Is it common in terms of... Because obviously it has to be the percentage of people who own a Segway. And I feel like most people own a Segway probably deserve to get hurt.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, if you own a Segway, step up, because Tom's calling you out.
It's just one of those pieces. Just walk.
Yeah, but it's...
Or ask your mum for a lift.
Yeah, but
If you can afford a Segway, you can afford a cab.
Here we go. Tom, the ambassador of fun, has decided what we can and can't do. Plus, like, I don't even know if he owned it or if, you know, in the instance, you know, of Mo injuring himself, I think he was just having a go. That's what most people do. That's how most injuries take place. You just have a go. Someone else buys it.
Yeah, but that's like...
And then you have a go on it. That's why you buy it, to impress your friends. You're like, look at me. I'm Segwaying.
I would not be impressed. I'll be honest. I've been on a Segway. It's all right.
Have you?
Yeah.
And here you are,
years and years
being
ago.
critical.
Yeah, I think...
And you've been on one.
Yeah, I think if you own one, you're a bit of a... word I can't say. No, I'm joking.
Right then. Okay.
Who buys
Let's band
Segway?
together, fellow Segway owners. I mean, I don't own one, but I'll represent...
You don't own one.
You know, my man Scoots isn't a player, but he still helps represent them. You can do it.
I feel like Scoots is the ultimate player.
He's an amazing man. But 4-on-4, Tom. You know, we can get all obsessed over him later. We've got pistols out for TyLoo. And actually, somebody's been able to get down at the base of Banana. He drops his one smoke. GODSENT going to start to push on it. It was an interesting decision not to buy here as often, TyLoo. I do like that. They ecoed in the previous. They went for a partial buy in this round. Going to find one. Roland pushing forward. Twist gets rid of AE. Now it is just DD and somebody left alive. Pistols in hand. Armor as well. They are still in with a shot, but not with Twist landing that shot. He's going to go and lock this round in for GODSENT. Just somebody left alive. Has to try and find a gun if he can. Going to be a 6th round for GODSENT. Very, very good T-side thus far. Money for TyLoo going to be plentiful in the next round as a result of them deciding to go for one more partial buy.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent start there for GODSENT. 6-2 up over on the T side. Twist is going to execute one of the remaining players, and I feel like the components that sort of need to step up for this T side are we've got Brolin going strong, we've got Twist doing well. We're yet to even see an AWP because it hasn't really been necessary, and I feel like the CT side need to get one on the board. Now, Excura on this map was fairly quiet when we saw him, and so far he is 1-8. But they're going to go straight in with that double AWP setup. AE picking up the secondary, which is something I'm more than happy to see, because I have actually been pretty impressed with this guy. I've not seen him before, but I'll happily watch him again. Well, Excura is going to be waiting, watching towards second mid. There's still no AWP, no counter over on the T side, but sort of understandable. As I said, when it comes to Inferno, a lot of it's down to the sort of counter plays, and they haven't seen an AWP, so there's no reason to counter. Twist going to be dinked up through the smoke, and Bentet takes a little bit in return. And now they're actually going to leave AE set up alone, and he finds the opener onto Disco Doppler. Quick trade, though, and now this could be a bit of a problem. The CTs go scurrying back towards that B site. It does leave a little bit of an opener onto A. Now, this could call a little bit of a false positive for the T side, because you see that AWP in such an aggressive position, you don't see anybody to support, and you somewhat expect, okay, maybe there's nobody else here, but they have just seen Bentet. He's now dead, and somebody's just going to be waiting on the angle.
Somebody has a lot on his plate here. Can he find anything? 4 players about to walk into his crosshair. Really needs to be getting 1 or 2. Somebody. All the pressure fell to him, but it's Brolin to come up trumps in the fight. And now Excura and Adidi forced in a situation where really they have to save once again. GODSENT about to find themselves a 7th round. And the save call is such a gut-wrenching one to have to make if you are TyLoo. Especially when you take into account TyLoo won the pistol round, then they instantly lose that second, as we can see on the scoreboard right now. And since then, it's been that one singular round they were able to get. Every time their economy just brought down to its knees. GODSENT definitely in the driving seat looking forward. In the next round, If you're TyLoo, you really want to take a look, I think, at the eco. I don't think it's worth force buying. You've only got the one rifle and an AWP, and that's even if they get away with it. Hampus is hunting them. Ooh, he spots DD. He's got to be careful here. He's tagged down to 27 HP. Desperate to hold on to this into the next round. He's going to get away with it.
Oh, they're going to go for it. Haven't done, obviously, any damage to the GODSENT economy. Where's the replay? Ooh. Nice little shot from AE. Obviously something we missed earlier. But here we go. Buy back in. A few Famine brought into play. Nade's going to be thrown over, but it doesn't actually do that much damage. Xcurate will get away with just a tag, and he's been moved over towards this B site. A switch up in personnel, and I think it's necessary. 7 and 2 down. CT side normally the stronger of the two. Although with some of the sort of weaker sides, or if economy becomes a bit of a problem, you can definitely see these T side rounds strung together. So it's definitely not over yet for TyLoo. They showed a strong performance versus NIP yesterday. The problem they have at the moment is that Disco Doppler has been set up over towards this banana spot. So if there's too much aggression here, he should have the angle to take them down. Already we're going to see the rotator of Bentet going back towards the A site. And actually, look how far up short Freddie B has managed to get. He's already stuck all the way in towards this A site. Nice shot from Xcurate will actually net him a kill. But Freddie's now just waiting, because if anybody makes a mistake, if anybody even like slightly rotates, he has such an angle. But never mind, his team have decided they're just going to go pushing straight in. DD, nice work in the pit, does manage to find one, and the rotation already in from the CT side. They are well placed to hold on to this. Good luck, Hampus.
Yeah, 1v4. 1v3 inside of this A bomb site effectively does manage the first and the second. Hampus, maybe. You wished him good luck, and he might make it happen. A 1v3 now for Hampus. From inside the site now leaves it in a 1v1 with Xcurate. He's managed 3 or 4 kills he needed to win this round. He has the bomb down. He's not ready for Xcurate round on short, but he's played this perfectly. Wrapping round through long. Xcurate without a kit. Clears out the bomb site. Hampus is wrapped all the way back round, and there was no faith that Hampus could pull this back. And he's going to manage to do it, Hampus.
That's filth.
The saviour of GODSENT, a 1v4, and that's TyLoo's morale and economy crushed by the heel. Hampus is just a beast. I mean, we didn't really see him live up to the hype over on Mirage, but my goodness, he's bringing the heat now on Inferno. What a fantastic round. There's the man on your screen. And I mean, this was next level, Tom.
Yeah, I'm not going to wish him luck anymore, because I genuinely don't think he needs it. That was absolutely disgusting. A 1 versus 4, and that is basically, like, normally you say kicking a man while he's down. I would say that was a curb stop. Like, that was, the man is down, dead, and Hampus has just gone, well, I'm just going to make sure. That was like a triple tap shot to the face. It was just absolutely disgusting, and this, if there's anything that's going to demoralize TyLoo, that is going to be it.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, that is ridiculous. Hampus is such a gamer. There's no denying it. The bomb plant going to come in for GODSENT over here on A. It's just Bentet left alive. Oh, I mean, it's just not happening. GODSENT up 9-2. Taking a look at this TyLoo roster. Currently you have Xcurate with 2 kills. AE on 10. He's the stand-in, remember. He's currently top of the board for this team. Bentet struggling with 5. The double upset up being moved into by AE and Xcurate over here for TyLoo. Maybe this is where it starts to turn around, but still 9 rounds for GODSENT. This is considered a phenomenal T side, and there's still 3 more rounds to go before we reach the end of the first half. Twist gonna find the opener in mid. Xcurate tries to go aggressive, and Twist bests him at his own game. Oh, goes from being hero to 0 as he burns in the fire and flames.
Uh-oh. Ooh, how does he get away with that one? Somebody walks into the crosshair of Disco Doppler and lives to tell the tale. However, the wraparound is coming in on towards this archer. Bentet. Oh, timing just works out. Brolin manages to find the kill, and now it is left mainly onto DD. The question is, do they actually go towards this A site or not? They're going to head back down towards Banana. Somebody waiting on the edge of the smoke. They've actually gambled correctly. They've still got a couple of players over towards this B site. Brolin once again wrapping around. Now, they've got the time to play with. They definitely don't have to dedicate themselves towards B. And from what we can see, using the power of sight, is that there is, or was at least, more players over towards that B site. Now somebody has the majority of the work left to do. They should know that he's close. They should work it out, and actually Twist does. Rounds the corner, somebody's down. Round should be done and dusted. They're going to send DD in, desperately trying to clutch on straws, get himself that bomb, but Freddy B is patient. Another round on the board. Smiles all round for GODSENT, as they are just 6 away from staying in this tournament, and more importantly, eliminating TyLoo.
Yeah, and of course, for TyLoo, that's going to be pretty upsetting. They looked so good on day one. Everyone thought they'd underestimated this team. Let's not forget, they've looked pretty good this year, Tom. I mean, they managed to go further than I think most would have expected recently. I almost said IEM Sydney. I feel like it might have been. It was indeed. It was. They've looked fantastic. At these LAN performances as of late, you do feel like losing. Or Captain Mo has definitely hurt them. But AE is the highest performer right now. It's the rest of the guys. It's the core 4 that aren't showing up to the table.
Hurt him too.
GODSENT definitely are showing up in abundance. AWP out for Twist. Rifles across the board. And all the utility in the world. TyLoo, this time, they do have a decent buy. They've held on to the utility.
It's good that you just segued right back into the game. We are going to have the T's make their way towards this A site. Hampus hoping to try and find something through the smoke. Freddy B is actually going to get that opener onto AE. DD sat in that pit once again. Archside looking to be held by Excurate. They've left a couple of players over towards this B site. Well, this buy is not a pretty one. There's only 30 seconds left. The T's are now looking to try and execute back onto this site. DD down below, hoping he can survive. He wants to be the needle in the haystack and hopes they won't find him. But the fact is, he's going to peek out and Freddy B takes him down. It is a flawless round for GODSENT. It doesn't get much better than that, as they are 11-2 up on the T side of this map. Again, strutting their stuff on Inferno. We saw it versus Renegades. We wondered if the Renegades were just having a lackluster performance. At the moment, it is just looking like this is a map that GODSENT love to play.
Yeah, they look so comfortable in all of these, so consistent as well. I mean, Mirage was a different looking GODSENT, but they've woken up since then. And now they are definitely the ones in the driver's seat. TyLoo. They've got this rather weak buy. It's the partials. They can get a full one into the last round of this first half, but still, even if they go flawless now, even if somehow they were to go 4-11, that is not a good CT half whatsoever. And for these guys, this game means elimination if they lose.
Oh. Got the opening pick into this one. T-side are going to be setting up towards that B site. A couple of players remaining. Tags already taken, and of course, weaknesses in the weaponry. Do wonder if Excurate, well, he can't really give that weapon over to anybody else, but he has found a lot of information. It means the rotation can start to come in. The problem is, will it be too little, too late? Hampus burns out somebody. Is there going to be a push through the smoke from DD? Yes, there is. He times it well, finds one, but that is all. And in the meantime, his teammates have fallen. It's left all onto Excurate. He had a rifle, but Twist is more than aware. 12-2. GODSENT looking to take this in a dominant fashion. And although Mirage may have been a little bit of a hiccup, it looks like they have managed to fix it.
Yeah, it most certainly does, doesn't it, Tom?
How you feeling about the whole TyLoo prediction?
Yeah, you know, everyone makes mistakes in life. I tried to stay true to TyLoo, but, well, you all know how that story goes. This is... Execute going to open up with the first frag on a disco top. Brolin in response, aggressively pushing around over here towards the arch side. They smoke off A. They're already wrapping in through long. TyLoo looking so scared of these Swedes. Back away, give up so much ground, and actually Brolin looking curious like he wants to try pushing in towards CT. Freddie B in the meantime, going to try and go toe-to-toe with AE. He has the AWP out. Backs away. Freddie B hears the footsteps, and Brolin gonna find one. Somebody in the meantime does pull through in the back line, deleting Twist from the server. Hampus though, he's been a star. Freddie B just gonna annihilate somebody, leaving Execute and Buntep. These two have been left in these clutch scenarios so many times, but well, they're just gonna get dunked on. Freddie B taking off heads left and right. 13-2 in favor of GODSENT. Smiles all around from the Swedes, and you can understand why. They're feeling very, very good. They're poised just 3 rounds away from knocking out TyLoo and going into that 2-2 bracket, meaning they still have that chance to qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, of course, for anybody wondering, we did have a parallel game going on. And in that parallel game, we have now lost another team. Our Razors are out of the tournament. They will join the likes of Gambit and Vici as teams already eliminated from the tournament. We will be having one more by the end of this map, and unless there is an unreal resurgence from TyLoo, it looks like they will be joining their Asian comrades.
Let's see. Can they fight back here? Pissed around in the second half. You have a smoke and a flash on Execute. They'll be setting up, heading towards the B-bomb site where Freddie B stands alone. And here pushing on into it. Misses the opening volley now. Falls back, concedes, and it's going to be a 5v5 in the retake. They don't have a kit, so they have to be very, very fast here on the side of GODSENT. Somebody lurking close to the half wall. Gonna find one. Twist and Freddie B in with a reply, and Twist with a quick double. AE tries to claw back the man advantage, tries to do what he can, but it's still a 1v2. As he takes the fight with Disco Doppler, he's going to go in over his head, and as a result, loses it. Defuse comes through. Twist going to be the man to grab that, and GODSENT 14-2. As the numbers being punched in.
Do you force here? Do you throw it all, 14-2, or do you get your early buy-in OT? What do you do, Harry?
You have to force, Tom. TyLoo are not going to win 13 rounds in a row. You're just going to have to force buy to the end of the game. That is the sad truth. I mean, either decision is just as wrong and just as right.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't think either decision is wrong. It's just you're already sort of in such a bad position that...
The saying is pick your poison. That's what they say. Well, we have Buntep with a lone AK and a scout on Execute. This is the budget equivalent of what TyLoo would love to have every single round. Well, he was spotted early on. Freddie B going to get boosted up. They now leave him here. Hampus freed up as an extra man to rotate back towards A.
Well, this may be the best buy we actually see from TyLoo, because they got a bomb down in the previous round. Oh no, they must have.
Of course they did. Twist defused it.
Yeah, that is true. My mind is playing tricks on me. But Freddie B already kicks things off. Will be tagged down, actually gets caught. Now there could be another rifle into the hands of this T side. I think that smoke has a bit of a gap in it. Or maybe not. Looked like there was going to be a slight position for Twist to take advantage, but at least for now, isn't going to be the case. We are looking at Brolin taking the peek over. Twist will find one quickly. A second is traded out. DD and Execute are going to have to try and save this as 4 players look to bombard this site. DD will manage to find one. That's information at least as to where he is, but Brolin's already caught another. The scout, definitely not best for these clutch situations, but he has managed to hit the tag, and there's a few low players. In fact, he pretty much hits anyone here, And they will be going down, except for that man there. Hampus was the only one who could survive a shot, and that's exactly what he will do. Do they have enough time to defuse this bomb, though? It's going to be very close, and in fact, it's going to go off just about enough. It will be around for TyLoo.
Well, how on earth have they managed that? They've actually stolen around away from GODSENT still. 3-14. This isn't something... You know, I'm a big believer in rooting for the underdog. I'm a big believer in building up the storylines, but I feel like it's important for the fact that if the comeback does come through, you need to understand how unlikely that was to happen and how much TyLoo have had to dig deep. They're currently 3-14 down. And GODSENT poised 2 rounds away, closing out this series 2-1. This is not something that TyLoo should be winning. It's going to require a tremendous effort, both individually and as a team, if they're going to come back in this sort of situation. And already Disco Doppler opens up with an early kill onto Excurate. Man advantage gained for TyLoo. DD for GODSENT rather, but it's going to get returned courtesy of DD. Into the 4-on-4 we go. Ooh. Okay, Twist, you...
Menace.
Yeah, just, you know, through the smoke. He's found himself one. How does he manage a kill in that situation? Disco Doppler 1v2. And the temptation's definitely going to be there to try and go for this one.
Oh, for sure. He's got a kit, he's got some utility, he's got the rifle in hand. I would almost be disappointed. No, actually, I would be disappointed if he doesn't go for something in this scenario. AE actually going to be peeking round, or he may meet an opponent soon, and that's already one for Disco Doppler. Now only Buntet stands in his way, but it is the execution of the Disco, as it will be another round on the board for TyLoo. They are not down and out just yet. It is a long, long road ahead. The fact is, this time, the CTs don't have much of a choice but to just save a bit of money.
Yeah, for GODSENT, they don't need to go for any risky forces. Now they've got a Deeg on Disco Doppler. Deagle Doppler is in full effect, and he's going to take that over here towards Banana. He does get wrecked. You weren't expecting much. Still 4 players stacked inside of this B-bomb site for GODSENT. So, TyLoo turn away. Going to turn their attention back here towards A, leaving AE at Banana. Very, very slow and methodical in their approach, clearing all these angles. They're going to get the A-bomb site for free. GODSENT in this scenario don't even really bother have to rotate off that B-bomb site rather. They can just keep all 4 players here. Don't want to feed any extra money the way of TyLoo. It matters a lot less at this point in the game, on the flip side. But, you know, every advantage counts, Tom.
They don't want to ruin their stats either. Everybody likes some stats.
Actually, when I was studying maths, I hated stats. So, there's always that. But, AE doesn't really need to go hunting here, but he'd love the extra money just to safeguard them for future rounds. Still, 5-14. The road to a comeback is a lengthy process filled with peril. TyLoo have decided to embark upon that journey. 5-14. Now 9 rounds behind GODSENT.
Yeah, a journey that makes taking the ring to Mordor look like a walk in the park, as they have got to string together 11 rounds in a row to be able to take this. Obviously 9 to equalize. But here comes the buy for the CT side. Can this journey be cut short? Or will they make that perilous journey possible? It is going to be a faster push. They're going to come in over towards this B site, at least on the early doors. Double nade thrown in just to try and clear out any aggression in case there was maybe an AWP peek coming in. Now the CT side invested heavily into smokes already, but Tech kicks things off. He almost gets the second through the smoke. Instead, he's returned on. But now the T's just looking to try and execute here. Freddie B, he at least needs to try and find one. He does get it, and the second as well for Freddie B. He's done enough to give his team a very good chance, but look at that from somebody. Anything you can do, I can do better. as Disco Doppler is left now again in a 1 versus 2. He came close last time, but last time he also had a kit and some extra time. And the fact is, the second he peaks here, there should be a trade. He shouldn't have any chance, and it won't even matter. Excurate is going to execute. And it is now 14-6. The comeback continues.
Indeed it does. Maybe you start to believe in TyLoo a little bit now. Chaining together the last 4. There's no money left for GODSENT in this round. No joy to be found. Disco Doppler has some armor behind that CZ. 2 nades as well, so maybe going to be the nade stacked down Banana, Hampus and Freddie B with those. And they are the B-bomb site players. They'll be throwing that down there. Be sure to keep an eye on that. Somebody has a P90, which is always interesting. He is going to be up against unarmored opponents for the most part, and Disco Doppler doesn't have head armor, so you can use it. Reason why most people don't tend to do so at the pro level, for those of you who are more of a casual viewer, is that it doesn't offer any kill reward and is very expensive, so it doesn't really seem worth it in comparison to the other SMGs. You will only be getting $300 for every kill he makes with that weapon. Still, 3 players over here inside of the A-bomb site for GODSENT. And look like DD's just trying to sell a bit of a fake. Throws in the flashes, the tiny bit of utility makes some noise, and now going to back away, rejoins the rest of the teammates over here on Banana. Disco Doppler and Brolin clearing out ult mid. They're going to be hot on their heels with the wrap brown from behind. And they're going to get there very, very fast as the push looks to come in. They spot out Freddie B behind the pillar. Hampus going to manage 1. Freddie B not giving a shot to get into this round. Somebody. Ooh.
Good.
P90 manages 1. Brolin is left in a 1v3. And he's going to elect to hold on to the P90.
Awful gun. Awful, awful gun. Well, here we go. This is the big boy buy for GODSENT. They've got themselves that AWP onto Twist, full utility, rifles across the board. And this is where the going gets tough for TyLoo. From this point onwards, they've been slowly building into this. They've got money even if things do go wrong. Can they streak this back? It is such a long road ahead of them. Not going to be an aggressive peak coming out. Actually, no, there is. Never mind. All the way in towards that. It's going to be a missed shot from Twist. Instead, he hands away the opener. Brolin is there to trade, so it's not the end of the world. Now, the last time we saw something of this regard, the T's just decided to quickly execute onto one of the sites, try and overwhelm the remaining players. Smoke going to go down, and Bentet going to try and be a little bit sneaky through it. Rotation is already coming in. They've set Freddie B up as the lone defender of this site, and Disco Doppler desperately looking to try and find this gun, but instead, this is teammate to fall. Again, trade going to be coming in. They now know that there's at least a couple of players over towards this site, and because of that, they're now going to barrel into the position of Freddie B. He finds 1. That's all that was really needed. Now he can just go falling back towards the site. He doesn't have any utility to hold them back, only his aim.
Yeah, and he's been so good for GODSENT. Rotation coming in through CT from Hampus, and no smoke here to cordon off the area. That's the bomb dropped, and AE, the stand-in for TyLoo, thrust into a 1 versus 2. Rotation coming in from Disco Doppler, but he's a long way away. AE given some crucial time to get into the post plant. Disco Doppler and Hampus going to look to try and play off of each other. He flashes himself in. He's going to manage that first kill on a Hampus, but Disco Doppler trades as they play the trade game. Defuse comes through. GODSENT at 15-7. Map and series point here for the Swedes as they look to try and knock TyLoo out while moving through to that 2-2 group. Still in with a shot and making it through to the playoffs. 8 rounds now needed for TyLoo to force this one through to overtime. The odds definitely not in their favor, but it's not impossible. The AWP going to be coming out for Excurate. 4 rifles in play for GODSENT. The buy isn't that great. Only 1 man surviving on the back of a string of losses. And with the loss bonus getting reset. I'll look in limited terms. The utility with Disco Doppler tries to take the fight to TyLoo early on. Spots out DD and tags him for a bit.
Well, this is GODSENT's chance to end it here and now. Of course, it's also the chance for TyLoo to reset their economy, so it isn't like this is over by any stretch of the imagination. The T side with an abundance of utility. Counter nades being expended. Twist actually going to lurk on the edge of the smoke. Still plenty of time for TyLoo. Actually, both players over on that B side looking to try and play towards that CT spot, but there goes Twist. Through the edge, manages to find a first. Have to be careful with the repeat. Actually going to go for even more, but he gets overwhelmed. Loses his life. The T's with 40 seconds left on the clock. No rotations have been made just yet. They don't actually have control of Banana, and look at this late smoke that's just been thrown down. Disco Doppler does actually have another one, but he's over on the A site. It really is going to come down to the wire here for TyLoo if they are going to manage to make this work, but it is just a fake. They're going to try and pull these players off, and they have successfully removed one. It's going to mainly come down to Disco Doppler, but he has done the work initially. Finds a first. A second coming in for Doppler as now they have to try and remove him from this spot, but they aren't managing to do it. Disco Doppler shuts it down, and GODSENT are going to be continuing in this tournament. They are now 2-2. There is one more best of 3 for them to play, and it will decide whether they go through to the arena, to the Palace of Ukraine, to fight off for the $300,000, or whether they are going to be going home. Unfortunately, Harry, this is goodbye for TyLoo. They kicked things off with a bang. They did what they do, upset Na'Vi and sent our whole tournament into turmoil right at the beginning. But the fact is, they couldn't quite replicate it for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, it's the end of the road for TyLoo, but the journey is still continuing for GODSENT. They'll be playing, I believe, later on today in that 2-2 bracket.
I think it's tomorrow.
It might be tomorrow. We'll find out.
I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, regardless, it is tomorrow. I think you're bang on there. But still, they have another shot to try and secure their spot in the playoffs. It's still going to be a turbulent task, but the Swedes are not giving up. So Tom, well played there from GODSENT. Everyone pulling their own weight. It took them a while to wake up. Mirage definitely wasn't their map in the beginning. It looked like TyLoo were the ones in the driver's seat, but GODSENT able to turn things around and finish off looking strong. I'm in a way I'm quite happy that my prediction didn't come true, because I think GODSENT looked phenomenal in that match.
Yeah, and also the other thing is as well, the map that they lost is like the sort of the TyLoo map. It's the map where, well, and Vici as well, they've upset teams in the past. They've made things very, very interesting when it comes to it. So losing Mirage to TyLoo, I don't think that's much of a surprise. And it wasn't exactly dominant. It was fairly close. 16-12, I think it was. And it wasn't like they completely ran away with it. And then they just showed what they can do. Overpass was absolutely dominant. And the same can be said for Inferno. So props have to go to GODSENT. They have taken them through to that next stage. It doesn't get any easier from here on out. And I want to say with TyLoo as well, like you look at the teams that they've played against, this has been a pretty brutal draw for them. Each time getting, either a finalist, a legendary team, or a hot up-and-comer. It's been kind of brutal. So they beat Na'Vi. I think then they got Mouse Sports, then NIP, and then GODSENT at the end. Like, that is harsh. It's a tough tournament no matter who you come up against. Obviously, we've seen the team's luckier in the past than them for sure, but I think we've got to take some positives from them. Obviously, I think what we've seen them manage to like take maps off some decent teams and bring it close against others, even when it's more tactically based and they're playing with a stand-in. They've definitely still got some work to do, and I'm hoping once they get Mo back to health, they ban him from riding segways, and they'd sort of get back with their full team. I think that they could be back to prominence.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only reason why I wanted them to do well. Like one of the big reasons is, it's like a nice, morale thing for Mo, of course, who is kind of, having to sit this event out. Like, you feel bad for him, but still, congratulations to GODSENT. We're actually going to hear what they have to say as we throw over to Parla with an interview.
Congratulations indeed to GODSENT. Harry, I'm here with Hampus, who's going to be representing them in this interview. First time we've ever spoken.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, why is it not Brolin doing it this time? The older guys have put the second youngest guy this time.
Yeah, I don't know actually. Brolin does it every time, so someone else has to do it.
Exactly, great. Well, it's fantastic to have you here on camera and get your thoughts. Now, let's talk about that matchup. It was tough fought at times in that first map, but then the second two, you guys just flew up to the heavens, found your immortal power, and struck down upon TyLoo.
Yeah, the first map was kinda... Yeah, we played pretty bad as a team. When we were tilting a bit, I guess. But then after the first map, we just reset and just played our game the second and third map.
Was there a reason why that CT side on the first map was difficult for you guys to counter?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I guess it's the early game, so it's the first game, and I don't know, we were tired, I guess.
Oh, okay, so did that factor in a bit today? What were you doing yesterday and last night? Were you practicing for this match? Were you doing research, and then did you not get enough sleep, or?
Yeah, we were doing some research, but I think we didn't sleep that much, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. And now, moving forward in the competition, you're 2 for 2. As we've established, this is a best-of-3 Swiss format, so you need 3 to win, but if you lose 3 times, you're out. So, Hampus, the next match is, of course, absolutely crucial. And for you, as one of the younger players on your team, does that give you any extra motivation or nerves?
It gives extra motivation. Like, I think it's really fun to play those do-or-die matches.
All right, and Hampus, how would you describe your role within the team and how you fit in to the team composition?
Well, I'm the in-game leader, so I call everything. But like in-game, I don't know, it's different on different maps. Like on some maps, I throw nades, on some maps, I go in first, and it's really good, I think.
Yeah, well, when I spoke to Narsu, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and he talked about you being in-game leader. What's your relationship with him as coach? Does he feed lots of information to you, which you then tell to the rest of the guys, or is it more of a case he kind of speaks generally to everyone, and then you pick up on things and kind of go from there with your own ideas? He
talks to me sometimes, and sometimes he talks to everyone. But I think Brollan and him has been doing a lot of research this event.
And
and they have been talking to us about everything.
Okay, final question then, just because I'm interested in about you as a player. How long have you been an in-game leader for, and when did you make the decision during your career, whether it was early on, that was something that you'd like to focus on? Because it's something that many people out there should maybe think of, because it makes you a very valuable asset to many teams, right?
Yeah, like I've been in-game leader like all teams I played, but in the beginning it was like no one wanted to do it, so I was just, why not, I can try, and then it just kept going.
Fantastic. Well, Hampus, maybe if people follow your example and start doing the dirty work, some of that practice and strategy behind the game, they can be on a team like GODSENT one day too, right?
Maybe.
Congratulations, you're 2 for 2, moving forward in the competition. Take care, buddy. All right, let's head back to Tom and Harry.
I'm wondering if they coordinated looking so similarly, you know, like with the grey on, both their hairs tied up. You know, it was good, it was nice. But yeah, no, Tom, we learned a lot in that little interview there. It was nice. I like getting to speak to someone other than Brolin every now and again. You know, not that I don't love him to bits, but you know, it's good to see some of the other guys doing those interviews. Let's take a look at this though, Tom. You know, now we have we have the teams, of course, that qualified yesterday, AGO and SK. And now, we can see that coming up later today, we're going to have some of these 2-1 games going on.
Yeah, and well, they're getting to the point where it's pretty brutal. Obviously, we're starting to lose more teams from the tournament. Of course, commiserations to both Hellraisers and TyLoo are gone. We lost Gambit and Vici. But yeah, the sort of 2-1, like obviously AGO surprising everybody. You've still got Team Liquid, Na'Vi, Mousesports, North. Like it's just going to be a filthy bracket coming up. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. Obviously, that is it from us. We are going to be handing over to Big Boy Byron and Vendetta. And yeah, that is it. We will be